Horror movies. I was never a big horror movie fan, but as of late, I've been on this quest to find a movie that legitimately scares me. You know, the kind of movie that makes you question if you'll even wake up tomorrow or whether you really are alone in your room. I've pretty much been on a search for such a movie for a while now, and while some horror movies are good, most suck and none are ever really scary. The movie I'm mainly gonna bash on is The Nun. Not cause it's the worst, no. That honor belongs strictly to Veronica, which made me question my existence in all the wrong ways because it was such a steaming pile of shit. The Nun. This movie represents everything that horror movies do wrong. From the telegraphed jump scares to the overuse of religious tropes, and The Nun, funnily enough, doesn't help things. Anytime the nun grabs you, it just screams, throws you, and then repeats. It's about as scary as my second grade English teacher. But the biggest sin, see what I did there, of most horror movies is their lack of good characters. Characters in horror movies never act like real people. Whether it's making dumb decisions to go down the basement, or just from their weird mannerisms. You might even say they act possessed. Shut up! Most of the time, the audience wants that idiot to die because their IQ level makes them more suited for a Dumb and Dumber sequel. You'll likely find more tension at the queue of a grocery store. I mean, have you been in a self-checkout queue? That shit is pressurizing. At some point, you just want the movie to end. And that's when they start the exorcisms. My god, the exorcisms. Why, oh why did this become a trope? If I see one more horror movie with a goddamn exorcism, I'll probably keep watching to the end because I'm that guy. Even in The Exorcist, the exorcisms were not scary. They just weren't. Watch it again, it's really not that bad.
The power of Christ compels you! The power of Christ compels you!
The power of Christ compels you!
Oh, does it? Does it compel me?
And this is made all the more confusing because there are many ways to scare somebody. Surprise is the easiest. This is usually in the form of jump scares, but these are usually so foreshadowed and telegraphed to the point where it's just a jump. There's no scare. That's why to me the best jump scare was actually in Lord of the Rings.
Why not?
Yeah, no. I'm done. Imagine having a family dinner and your grandpa just loses his shit and grows fangs. That's some messed up stuff. But it takes more than just a good jump scare to be truly terrifying. Because even the best jump scares are too short-lived to haunt you in your sleep. In all honesty, the scariest part of a horror movie for me is in the end credits when they show a really old photo with text at the bottom explaining how this story is true. You could do that with anything and it instantly gets freakier. Hell, take my cat for instance. He's pretty cute, right? But what if I make it black and white and let some ominous music with text play? This is because when you show something that looks like an authentic image, you suggest that it was taken in the real world. You're not showing a screaming nun, you're merely suggesting its existence. This brings on anticipation, the key ingredient for fear. Fear isn't getting killed, it's anticipating getting killed. One of the best intro scenes to a horror film I've ever seen is this scene from the movie Sinister. This scene is done in a low-budget home video style, and in doing so suggests there is someone who set up the camera behind the scenes. Someone is watching all of this unfold, and nothing unreal is happening here. People are being hanged. It happens. That's not out of the realm of possibility. And that's what makes it freakier. Throughout the movie, more short clips like this are revealed and have the same impact. It's not until later when the threat is revealed that the movie kinda starts to drop in quality. At the end of the day, we've moved past the point of scary effects. I remember laughing about the green puke scene in The Exorcist and asking my dad why he found it scary, And he summed it up pretty well. It was the first time they ever saw green puke. But that just doesn't apply anymore. It's like when we saw the first Spider-Man movie or the first Avengers movie. That was the hype back then. It was great the first time, but things need to be taken up a notch. Perhaps building on the psychological thriller aspect of movies and giving more anticipation while revealing less. The unknown is always scary. So how do you feel about horror movies? Do you have any good ones that you think would scare me? If so, let me know in the comments below, and don't forget